Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen a lot of these videos, people talking about asking Alexa or some other AI if they should vote for Kamala or Donald Trump. I don't know why people are so concerned about that. We all know that these companies are owned by millionaires, the elitists, uh, we should say, people with a lot of money. So, people that have more interest in one party winning over the other. Of course, most of these people that own these companies are liberals. Um, but we shouldn't be really concerned about that. It's AI. It really didn't lie to you. It just basically said, hey, this is the reason why you should vote for Kamala, or this is the reason why you shouldn't vote for Trump. Okay, no biggie. We should be more concerned why Fox News and MSNBC will have totally two different stories, totally two different sides. You know what I mean? Just totally two different sides. One of them has to be lying. And why aren't we worried about misinformation in our media? The media stations should be held accountable for misinformation as well as putting out half-truths, because they don't really lie to you. They just maybe play you a short sound bite or half a speech and make it sound like something it is. They should be held accountable for that, because that is why people act the way they act or think the way they think. See, we've lost the balance in this country when it comes to government, the media, and politicians. See, before, politicians were to protect us from corporations. And if they didn't protect us, the media would tell us. But think about this. What happens when the corporations own your politicians as well as your media companies? Now there's no more balance. There's no more triangle. And they can tell you whatever they want. And nobody is held accountable for lies, misinformation, or half-truths, or none of that stuff. They're not even held accountable for getting people all stirred up, causing riots, or shooting at a former president. Because when they put out this information, there's a lot of crazy people out there that believe that anything they say, whether they're dedicated to listening to MSNBC or dedicated to listening to Fox. Now, if I go out and say something about, like, say, a prominent figure, then I could be sued for defamation. They could take everything I have because I ruined his life. How come media companies aren't held to the same standards as regular American people like myself? They can say whatever they want. They can call them names. They can make up libtards and say all these outrageous things. But they're never held accountable. This is because they're all working against the American people. I don't care if you're dedicated to Fox or MSNBC. There is no way that you could be watching either of those channels and they have the same story. And they're not the same. Somebody is lying. After Trump attempted assassination, all the politicians said, hey, we're going to refrain from hate speech and saying things and anger and this, that, and the other, to prevent from stirring people up. How come we are not holding the media companies accountable for stirring people up? Because they do. Look, I'm not a Kamala fan, and there's a lot of things I know about Kamala being 56 years old. I didn't get it from Fox News or MSNBC. I just read. Your news media is now entertainment, and they're no longer held accountable for what they tell you. My grandfather told me a long time ago that he was responsible for what he says, not for what others understand. It's time to hold our media channels responsible for what they say and be held to the same standards as regular American people. I don't care if you're a movie star or professional athlete or whatever, but you should be held accountable for misinformation, from lies and from stirring the American people up. And all you people that are dedicated to one channel or not, you need to get away from that. Start flipping back and forth. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Alexa is AI. It's programmed. These are real people sitting in your living room on your screen, lying to you, and you suck it all up without even research. Just something to think about. I'm Dion Alexander, American First.